live today. It's Friday, so I brought out the Rebel deck and some other decks just for fun. This one will be set to subscribers only, so you have like 1 minute to subscribe to the channel if you want to participate. I am going to be giving out free cards to anybody who joins who wants them, so all you got to do is comment in the chat in order to do that. I'm also going to pull some for the collective, so get some good shuffles and we'll see what's going on. Hopefully everybody has a good weekend. This is going to be my only social media that I post readings on from this point forward. When TikTok went down, what was it, last Saturday, I think, last Saturday evening, I was actually in a live over there when it went down. So apologies to all of my people that were over there on TikTok. Yes, the app has come back, but it is not in the App Store and I cannot re-download it. So I had issues with my laptop. They had to wipe everything off. It's still not fixed, so I can't use my laptop to go live, so I'm on my phone. So we're just going to wing it today. We're going to see who shows up, if anybody shows up. It is in the middle of the day. I'm well aware of that most people are probably at work or doing other things. So if you see this on repeat, there will be more in the future, and I will go live at different times. During the day is usually the easiest for me because it's the only time my house is ever quiet, but I will do some on Saturday evenings or Sunday afternoons to try and catch anybody who couldn't catch us during the day. So we're going to go ahead and start with some collective readings. You guys will all have a sign-specific reading. They will be grouped by elements, and those will play next week for you starting on Tuesday. They will all play before the 1st of February, so your monthlies are going to be grouped together. So fire, water, air, and earth. Check the comments of those videos. You will find timestamps for each sign. So they're roughly about 8 to 12 minute long readings, and that's going to be for your month ahead. So that's going to take the place of our regular videos for next week. So you will have a weekly that's a collective, and then you're going to have sign specific grouped by elements. So that is going to be playing starting on Tuesday. So we're just going to see what's going on. I want to start doing more lives. Hi, Gisela. I want to start doing more lives to connect with you guys over here now that I won't be quite as busy with, 2 channels going on. Starting very soon in February, we're going to start having the podcast, the Black Sheep Society podcast. So that will be here on my YouTube channel. It's going to be in its own playlist. I put up the little trailer yesterday for it, so you guys can check that out. So we're going to discuss that as well in today's live, just kind of go over some of the things that we're going to feature on there and kind of why I want to start a podcast, all that good stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, I hope you will check it out. Again, it's going to start in February. So let's see what's happening. Well, some really good shit is finally about to happen. So we start with the Wheel of Fortune. Some unexpected money coming in. Who couldn't use that, right? We love to see money flowing, and I feel like things are going to slowly start to improve, and then finally they're going to get somewhere. So I do think that this is going to greatly impact you in a positive way. We do have a wish fulfillment. This could also be more money coming in. And we have more money coming in with the 6 of Pentacles. So you're going to have plenty, okay? You're going to have plenty to go around, plenty to share the wealth, plenty to help other people. So whatever you need, you are going to have more than enough. Could also be welcoming in a new partnership, somebody who's really loving and nurturing, somebody who's devoted, somebody who's trustworthy. He's an all-around good guy, so we could use some of that too. All right, Spirit's advising that we really, really pay attention to our intuition and our instincts, that there's something that we need to see differently, or that we really do need to start waking up our spiritual gifts. Don't forget, I have a spiritual gifting course here on the channel. It's literally titled that. It's in its own playlist, and it is free. It's 5 videos. Feel free to sit through those. Go in order. You have to for it to really work, but it is worth the time, so invest in it should you want to. There's something going on with either commanding a lot of attention coming up, or that you're going to be in the spotlight for some reason or another. You may also have some manifestations that are finally starting to come in for you, especially if it looks like money is something that you've been manifesting out there. And Spirit says it's time to take a step in a new direction. Are you ready to do that? Are you hesitating? Because I feel like for some of us, it's a hesitation. For others, it's like, yep, nope, I'm going to jump in head first. So just make sure that you have have a little bit of caution and look before you leap. There's something coming in to restore the balance. You could be waiting on a court case to be resolved, some sort of legality, contracts, but justice is here to help alleviate problems and to reset the balance. Part of that could be kicking some toxic cycles, habits, addictions, codependency, anything that has strings attached. It may need to be leaving your life. It could be a partnership that's no good for you. Could be a job, could be anything. Get ready for some change. I feel like it's going to be so important that we actually go forward, that we allow the change to happen. For some of us, it could be sudden and shocking change. It could be news that comes in that's kind of abrupt changes, but it is trying to transform things for the better. A lot better. The sun is the happiest card in tarot, so it tells us that we have a fresh start, a new beginning, and bright prospects for things to change. And we could have an offer coming in that we think is too good to be true. Could be from a younger water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Yeah, right. When pigs fly, that'll happen. Quite realistically, it is going to come in. It's something that brings a lot of happiness. It also facilitates some change in your life. So are you prepared for the changes going forward? All right, so let's see. What messages do we have from the Rebel deck for the weekend? And yes, your weekend message is already up, but this was a way for me to come on and say hi to you guys today. So we're just going to pull more. It's fine. All right, I don't even remember if I pulled these in the regular weekend message, so probably not. All right, what do we need to see? What's going on for my collective for the weekend? Love. Get some, give some, and it will cheer your ass up. So maybe you need to start with self-love and self-care. Maybe you need to connect with a partnership, but I feel like, pets too, they're saying that you need to be practicing that love energy, that love frequency. Believe what you see, face reality, or live in fucking la la land. Choose bravely. So you need to make sure that we're operating in reality and not fantasy land. What's going on in your world, that you need to believe it. You need to actually see the truth for what it is. And you need some fucking yoga in your life. Remember that ancient shit is cool. Yoga, exercise, stretching, all those good things. It's been so stinking cold where I lived like the last week. Today it's like the high is 45 degrees. So it's been below freezing. They're expecting some more snow tomorrow. So I'm over winter. Let's go work in the garden. Let's go play barefoot out in the sunshine. That's what I want to do going forward. All right, you are giving away your power. You are a badass, so act like it. So are you allowing people to kind of ruin your day? Are you allowing people to steal your joy? Remember that you have a choice. So energetically, you can surround yourself with protective energy, and you don't have to let anybody affect you in a negative way. So remember that. Guard your energy and guard your thoughts. It's not everyone else's fault. It's yours. You're a grown-ass adult, so stop blaming others for your shit. Do you need some accountability somewhere in your life? Is there something going on that you need to take ownership over? Might be something going on. Get over yourself and pull your shit together. Help people, give back, and do some good shit for humanity. And that is why we are here today. All right, let's see what else we've got going on. Which deck is this? This one is Wake Up, Kick Ass, and Repeat. So let's see what advice we have. What do we need to see for the weekend? What's going on for my collective? Should, would, could, did. That's you. She came, she saw, she went. Success. So something is changing for the better. I mean, we started with the Wheel of Fortune, so I feel like somebody could be really working towards their dreams or goals. I've been doing that for like the last couple of years, just really ironing out some things. And so I feel like there's going to be some sort of notoriety, some sort of success. They're showing me a dragonfly. So some sort of change is coming through, but I definitely feel like it's well-deserved. And no one is you, and that is your superpower. So be unique, be yourself. Remember, everybody else is already taken, so you only have the choice to be yourself. Resonate with that. Love yourself unconditionally. Yes, it takes work sometimes, but it can be done. Leave room for magic and leave room for the unexpected. So I feel like we're going to have like some really positive changes coming this weekend. You can and you will. So it's time to believe in yourself. Do you is the real question, or do you doubt that you can be successful? Do you doubt that you can be happy? Do you doubt any of these things are possible? Shift your perspective. Take the risk and try something new. Love it. All right, one more. Let's see what we've got here. This one is called Inner Fucking Peace, and I love these decks. So what do we need to see this weekend for our inner fucking peace? Breathe like you know how. Inhale the good shit and exhale the bad shit. So, you know, some deep breathing couldn't hurt, right? Sit in some sunshine if it's sunny where you live. Get some fresh air and get out of your head. Silence your inner critic. Tell that little douchebag voice to pipe down. Remember, your inner critic is your ego, and we don't want to operate in ego. We want to make sure we're operating from our intuition and our heart space. Anything else? Visualize world peace. It starts with releasing the bullshit. So it starts with releasing the bullshit, and that's how we find peace, right? How funny. They're giving me what sounds like a Dr. Seuss reference, but it's not. It's got cuss words in it. 1 fuck, 2 fuck, 3 fuck, no fuck. So, my guide has jokes. Okay, what else do we need to know today? All blissed out and know where to go. Guess I'll just chill. So maybe you're going to just, hang out and relax this weekend. That sounds like a pretty good day. All right, so we're going to open the floor up to anybody who wants a couple of cards. Let me know. I'll pull one from each of the stacks for you. We've got 4 different ones out. So anybody that's joining that wants some free cards, just put your name there in the chat and I will pull some for you. So next topic of discussion is this podcast that I'm going to be starting. So the reason that I decided I wanted to start a podcast was, one, I have like a ton of knowledge in different subjects, kind of, years and years worth of accumulated knowledge. And I feel like it's important to share that knowledge with other people. So that's why I started the spiritual gifting course. I decided to make it available to everybody for free because I know not everybody has the means to purchase something like that, and they might really benefit from it. So Spirit put it on my heart to just make it free and available. So that's what I did. I did that, I think, right around the first of the year, something like that. So that is up, that is available. It's 5 videos for you if you would like to sit through the course. You work through the exercises. They're all really detailed on how to meditate, how to connect to your guides, things like that. How to open your third eye and your intuition. So that's what that is for. It allows you to be able to connect easily. So I'm a medium. I channel. So if you have mediumship abilities, that's going to help you to open those up. It's going to help you to be able to tap into them at will, when you want to, when you need to, things like that. So that is what that course is designed to do. There's also a quiz at the very beginning that's going to show you what your actual spiritual gifts are. And then you have free will. You can choose to look into those and develop those further. The course focuses on psychic abilities and mediumship because that's what's in my wheelhouse. That's what I do. That's what I know the best. So that is what it focuses on. But there's many spiritual gifts, and you may have several. A lot of us have at least 4 or 5 different spiritual gifts. So even if you're just curious, if you go to the very first video and you look at the comments, that little test link is going to be there. It takes about 5 minutes. You work through the little questions, hit submit, and it prints out exactly what it is that you have. It gives you a little synopsis of what each one's about. So if you are interested in that, again, it's totally free. All you got to do is go sit through the videos. The first one is roughly an hour long, and then the rest of them are much shorter, about 15 minutes or less. So if you're interested, check those things out. So podcast, part of it is sharing knowledge. I feel like being a black sheep myself, I felt like I was always a weirdo. I felt like I was always an outcast. I always felt like I was different growing up. My family definitely came from a lot of different things as well. I feel like we always grew up super, super poor. So we never really had much growing up. There were plenty of times we went without basic necessities, things like a phone in our house, things like groceries, things like toilet paper, things like that, that, we consider necessities. We didn't always have money to provide those things. My mom was a single mom. She worked her ass off her entire life. And so it's something that I feel like I want to share how I got here. And so the first episode, the pilot episode of our podcast. Hi, Laminier. How are you? Good to see you guys. So the first episode of the podcast is going to air sometime in February. I don't have a date exactly lined up just yet, but I will put that on the channel once I know for sure. My good friend Justin and I are going to do a couple of episodes together, and I am looking forward to being able to have just anybody who has like a black sheep story to share that they're comfortable sharing publicly, because remember, it's going to be public, to email me, and we'll discuss like what you want to talk about. And if I feel like it's a good fit, we're going to record it remotely, and then it'll air on a certain date. So that is something that I want to do going forward. So the first episode is going to be about spiritual awakening. I'm going to share mine. My friend Justin's going to share his. So you're going to have two different points of view in that episode. You do have a couple. Awesome. So you'll have to email me, and then we'll discuss like, what you want to talk about, different things. And then we would work out a time to record the episode remotely. It would be like a video call, and then it would be uploaded to YouTube and play on a certain date. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have new episodes air on Sunday evenings. And so obviously I know you're in Estonia, so you're like all the way across the globe. So our timelines are different, but what we would do is we'd figure out a good time to collaborate. Like if it's during the day, things like that, then we'd figure that out. Let me see if I can do that here. I never can figure this out. Let's see. So I want to say that my email is listed in the description box of all the videos. It's also on the, like if you click my channel where it's got the little bio and stuff, the little description of everything, it is in there too. But it is Tarot, TAROT by BY Damsel, DAMSEL @gmail.com. That's my email. That's how you would contact me. So if it's not on there, I will go to the, what is it? Is it the post tabs now? It's in like 3 or 4 different places on the channel. So there's like how to book with me. It's the same email, tarotbydamsel @gmail.com. I can't type on there on my phone for whatever reason. So sorry about that. My laptop's broken. I gotta pay like $150 to get that fixed because it needs a new hard drive. So I'll be using my phone for a while for stuff. So hopefully you guys can hear me good on this one. So anyway, so this podcast, the very first episode is going to be focused on spiritual awakening. How did we get here, right? Like, how did it all happen? And I will tell you that part of that happened slowly. It started in my late 20s when I was going through a lot of stuff. That's when it started, but it didn't amplify and have like a full-blown awakening until about 2020. And so I'm going to share details of that, pretty raw, very unedited, of how all that kind of came about, what was going on during that time, and what I did during that time to kind of deal with what I was dealing with, plus how my gifts started to wake up and amplify. I've always been psychic. I always knew that from the time I was a small child. I'd have dreams about things that would later happen. I'd have like a sudden aha moment or a sudden knowing about things and it would happen. Think about people and they'd just either randomly show up, phone me, bump into people I hadn't seen but all of a sudden randomly thought about. So I've known my whole life that I was psychic. I've known that. But I didn't know until I was much, much older that I actually was a medium and that I could channel and that I had been doing it my whole life without realizing it. So the problem is I didn't know how I could actually connect to it when I wanted to. It was just like my mind would kind of drift and all of a sudden I could see things, feel things, or hear things, but I didn't know how I was able to do that for a really long time, many, many years. So I'm going to share all of that. My friend Justin's going to share his story of his awakening. And then our second episode, we're going to discuss some other stuff. These 2 episodes are going to be kind of graphic in nature, in details, and so we want to make sure that it's set for adult audiences. None of these 2 topics in the first 2 episodes are going to be child friendly at all. They're going to be very much adult content. And so I want you guys to be prepared that you're going to hear some things that, might trigger some emotions to come to the surface, but it's very real. It's who we are. It's who we've evolved into. And so I'm excited to share some of how we got here. I'm excited for you guys to see that I'm very much a real person. I go through things just like anybody else does. I'm not a celebrity. I never intend on being that. I'm a real person, and my goal here is to always help share knowledge and help people heal. And so Justin is of the same mindset. He has gone through a lot of things. He's survived them. He's in a much better place in his life now. And so he also wants to be able to share his story to hopefully help other people heal, maybe what's keeping them stuck or what is, what's causing like grief or trauma in your life, so that you can see there's hope for you to heal and there's hope for you to do better in life. And so that's the purpose behind the podcast. So a black sheep is like an outcast. A black sheep, originally it was an anomaly in the herd, and that people believed that it was demonic or it was evil in some way, shape, or form. Truthfully, it was just a gene anomaly as why it was black instead of white, but people didn't know that back then, so they assumed the worst. And so being called a black sheep means that you've been ostracized in some way, shape, or form, or that people saw you differently, that you didn't fit in, that you stuck out like a sore thumb. And I would say that I definitely resonate with that. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm well aware of that. I'm very different. I used to hate that, and now I embrace it. I'm unique for a reason. I'm not supposed to fit in. I'm supposed to stand out. And so for all of you that have found my channel, however you have stumbled across this, you probably resonate with my messages because you also are a black sheep. So this is the call to everybody who feels like that to come find a place where you do belong. Come home. You are the chosen one. You might be a cycle breaker or a curse breaker in your bloodline, and you are the one who sees all of the bullshit and drama for what it is and refuse to stand for it, keep going and repeating. So we are standing up and we are trying to break those cycles once and for all and change things for the better and actually heal. So that is the premise behind the podcast. I hope that you guys will let me know what you think about it. Leave comments. Again, if you have a story you'd like to share that has to do with being a black sheep or your own personal testimony of what you've survived, how you've overcome it, that is what I want to feature on the podcast. And I do want to have random guests. You don't have to be anybody famous. I'd rather it be just, your average person that talks about how they survived, what they survived, and go forward. I am not opposed to interviewing people that are, a little bit more prominent or whatever, but they're going to have to reach out to me. I'm not going to seek them out. I want the average person to be able to come on and tell their story. And remember, it's what you're comfortable with. So we'll discuss all that prior to the interview. And if there's things that you're not comfortable with, we'll discuss that before we go live. And it'll be recorded and then it'll air live. Let's put it that way. So we will have time to I'm not comfortable with that. We're going to discuss those things prior to. So don't feel like I'm going to put you out there and, rake you over the coals or anything. It's going to be like having a conversation with your friend. I want it to be comfortable. I want you to be able to feel like you have, creative override of whatever comes to the surface. And so I'm going to be as open and transparent as I can telling my own story, and I hope that you guys will stick around to hear the details. So I'm excited. We're going to start recording those next week. And so hopefully that following Sunday, if I can get everything organized and everything uploaded, then those will air like that weekend. So hopefully the first or second weekend in February is when this podcast will start. Exactly that. I see how the things really are, and it makes me mad how much of them are asleep. Right. And so there's a million people that, let's put it this way. They've all had the same amount of time to see the truth for what it is and to decide for themselves whether or not they wake up and see the reality or whether they stay asleep and they don't evolve. So that's part of the 5D shift, right? Is we're going to start to see that major disconnection of they have no desire to change, no desire to evolve, no desire to learn new things or grow and grow spiritually, you know? And the rest of us that are going through this transition and evolution, we see it. We know it's happening. It's undeniable. And I find it really difficult to be in large crowds of people at this point for a reason, because I feel all the energy and not all of it is great. And so I try extremely hard when I'm out in public to go do what I got to do and get the fuck home, because I don't like to be out in public circles anymore, especially where there's so much negative energy. It's just super unpredictable, and so it makes me very uncomfortable. It drains me. I can't do even like extended family. I can't do big social gatherings anymore. It's just so exhausting. And so holidays are difficult for me. That's why I took a lot of time off. You guys didn't see a bunch of lives or anything because I was so depleted I couldn't. So I posted videos for you guys, but you didn't see a lot of me live for that reason. So doing better, recouped, just trying to keep things in check and balance. You know, I have a chronic health condition that can flare up, especially in wintertime. So really just trying to take very good care of myself. But there is a major disconnect between the energies, and it's only going to get more noticeable. I won't say worse, it's going to get more noticeable. So if you're part of the 5D Ascension, welcome. That means you are part of the chosen collective that's here to elevate the planet. You're here to help with the energetic shift to the 5D. We are kind of in the 5D, but we're also we're able to teeter back and forth between the 3 and the 5 because the split isn't complete yet. Without sounding completely off my rocker, it's something that you will notice. It's something that the signs are unmistakable. If you are part of the 5D shift, you realize that no matter what you say or what you do, these people just won't listen. They won't get it. It's like the lights on and nobody's home sort of energy. And so it's very difficult, especially if you're the only one among all these people. So I want you to realize that you're not alone. There's lots of us out there. It does make me sad that TikTok isn't, going to be available, because I feel like that was something that we needed to help us interact with other light workers and other people that are part of this collective shift to be able to engage and to discuss these things. And so we're all kind of being dispersed into different communities now in order to help that shift continue. So this is my only social media platform that I'm going to be doing live streams and things on. I did get a Twitter or an X account the other day because I'm going to use that to promote the podcast and things, but I'm not going to be posting like readings or anything over there. Those are going to be here on YouTube. So feel free to follow me on X if you want to. It's Karma Walk N with an N at the end. Walk, W-A-L-K, the letter N, because Karma Walking was already taken. If you go to my page, the about part of the page, scroll down, there's a link there. It'll take you over there if you would like to follow or subscribe over there. Totally cool. I might post some inspirational stuff over there. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to use my X account for, but I started it the other day just kind of on a whim, just wanting to see, kind of put the feelers out whether or not it was going to be something that I continue to use or not. we'll see. It's something that's not, not even close to growing yet. So we'll see what happens. But I'm trying to kind of gather intel about the podcast, and I feel like podcasts are a big thing right now, that there's tons of them, and so you really have to capture your audience, I feel like, quickly about a topic that they feel is important or want to engage with in order for it to grow. So there might be some cliffhangers in some of these episodes. I want there to be like an open discussion. And so, there might be times where we go back to a topic and we have guests on, or maybe we do it as like a live stream and I post that as a podcast episode. I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. Hi, Dinesh. Sorry, I didn't see your comment there. So going forward, that and the YouTube channel as a whole are going to be my primary focus going forward. My third book is on hold. I'm not sure where I want to go with the storyline, so it's on hold right now. So it's on the back burner. I want to get the podcast up and going, and I want to focus on growing the YouTube channel. And those are my two goals for this year. So however long it takes to really reach the goals that I'm after, that's what my goal is. So the project is the podcast, and I'm so excited for you guys to start seeing the episodes. If you guys are new here, I have a couple of regulars that popped in, so I love that. But if you're new here, if you've never seen me before, my name is Jenna. I'm an author. I have 2 books that are published. If you go to my profile here, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see all the links for all the goodies. I got rid of my LINKTREE because it was making money off of me, and I'm not making money off of it, so I just put all the links there. So we have YouTube, we have X or Twitter. The links to both of my books. My autobiography is called Stepping Stones to Destiny, and then the romance novel is called The Alabaster Enchantress of New Orleans. Let's see what else is on there. I want to say that's it. Oh, payment. If you want to book a personal private reading with me for tarot or mediumship, I take PayPal, Cash App, or Zelle. Those are the 3 that I use. So you would reach out to me by email. My email is also listed. And then we take it from there. We figure out what you want to book for. If you have questions about the podcast, if you have a topic you want to introduce, if you want to be a guest on there, shoot me an email and let's discuss. But I'm super excited to get to know my collective a little bit better. I will be doing more lives going forward because, again, I don't have TikTok any longer. So I lost about 6,200 and some odd people over there. Hopefully they migrate over here. If not, that's okay. It means that the purpose was served, and there will be new people that come in all the time. There always is. So we're going to grow over here. I'm manifesting I want to hit 10,000 subscribers in the next few years. Maybe it won't take that long. Maybe it'll take longer than a few years. I don't know. But that's my next huge milestone, is I want to hit 10,000 subscribers over here. And because I want to be able to help 10,000 people with the reading. That's not money motivated at all. I want to help them with the collective readings. So if something resonates for you on the channel, if you're like, wow, that's really my situation, please comment. If something is so good that you feel like you want to share it, awesome, please do. If you want to tell me, I'm completely off my rocker and that wasn't for you, that's okay. I totally understand. Just know that they're collective. It means it's for a large group, and it will not always apply to everyone. So feel free to book a personal at any time. Those are always available. I'm always taking new customers. Again, you shoot me an email in order to book one of those. My prices are very transparent. It's $25 for a full tarot reading. It is $50 for a mediumship session. Both of those come in a private video. You get a private link sent to your email, and that is how you will view it. So I don't do the one-on-ones unless it's in a live. We will start doing more and more of the lives as I can. So obviously I'm going to be a little busy with getting the podcast up and started. And then what my plan is for that is to film a couple episodes, and then that gives me a couple of weeks in between. And then if you guys have a topic of suggestion that you would like us to discuss on the podcast, comment, let me know, shoot me an email. Hey, it would be really great if you could discuss this topic, or hey, I'm interested in this. Can you share any knowledge that you happen to have about yada yada? I'm totally up for that. I want it to be interactive. I want you guys to be part of this. That's why I'm doing it. So I do want input from all of you guys. So if you're seeing this, whenever you see this, I want you guys to have input on the podcast, because again, it's the collective is what matters. I feel like if you found my channel, there's a reason for it, especially if you stuck around, especially if you subscribed. There's a reason you found me. I'm supposed to help you in some way, shape, or form, whether it's from a live reading, whether it's from a personal, whether it's from a collective, whether you learned something you didn't previously know. I am in your life for a reason, in some way, shape, or form, to help you. So that is what my goal is going forward. My goal with all my readings has always been to help other people here. It's part of my mission work. It's why I do what I do. So all that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. There will be plenty of messages for you coming forward. So Monday, you're going to have your weekly, that's the collective. And then starting Tuesday, you're going to have your February monthly readings. They're going to be by element, so fire, water, air, or earth. And then in the comments, you will see for fire, Aries, Sag, and Leo timestamped, and so on. So just click on your sign. Watch your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus placements, or any placements that you feel are really important. And if you don't know what those are, look up your birth chart. You need your birth certificate in order to do that. You need where you were born, city, state, country. You need the time that you were born. It's listed on your birth certificate. And then you need an email address for them to send you the report. Most of them are free. If it is not, look for a different one. I like to use AstroCart, ASTROCART, or let's see, what's another one? Free, FREE, natal, NATAL, chart.com. Those are the two that I like. Find one that works for you. Again, they should be free. So it'll tell you a lot of different things about yourself. It should really describe who you are at your core. And I feel like it can help you to kind of navigate some things in life. Sometimes I feel like my sun sign is dead on for readings. Other times I feel like it's my moon sign. Sometimes it's my rising sign. Sometimes it's my Venus. So watch those. I feel like you will definitely gain some insight, maybe some things you didn't know about yourself. And I feel like it gives you more of a full picture of what's coming for you, especially for the monthlies. The weeklies, maybe, not as much, but the monthlies for sure. I feel like it definitely gives you some insight. All right. Does anybody who's listened to me yammer on for the last half an hour want some free cards? Oh, we're also going to be doing some mediumship stuff going forward. So I will designate certain lives that we're literally just going to do mediumship readings. So what is that? So I'm a medium. It means that I am like the middle between spirit, people who have died and passed on, my spirit guides, God, source, spirit, the universe. I channel all of those different things, and the living world. So I am the medium, the in-between, and I connect to spiritual entities, and I can sometimes see them, feel them, hear them. All of my senses are intact when I channel. So I did share some of those from my last live I did on TikTok. So those are up on the channel. We did it in a live, and I just did little quick readings for people, and just, being open and seeing what comes through for them. Sometimes I physically see the person that I'm connecting to in spirit and can describe them in detail. Other times they give me pieces of information they feel are important. Sometimes it's current events for the people that I'm connecting with that are living. It's all sorts of different things that come through. In my book, Stepping Stones to Destiny, I also discuss kind of what that process is like. Same thing with the spiritual gifting course. We go in depth of how that works, what I see, all of those things. So if you're curious about that, you can check out those two sources as well. But there's definitely some goodies in all of that stuff. So what I do is I'm trying to bring forward the clearest, most accurate information when I channel mediumship stuff for people. If you guys watch my videos when I pull tarot, I also tend to channel. So sometimes I'll look like I'm in a daze, or sometimes my eyes kind of gloss over. And that's how you typically know that I'm receiving information or energetic downloads. So that was uncomfortable for me to do on camera for a long time. It was something that I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this. I've gotten more comfortable now. When I sit where I'm at in my office, I have a window in front of me. So from where I sit, it's on the upper level of our house. I see sky and the tops of the trees. And so it's really easy for me to channel that way because there's not much out there. Sometimes I'll see planes flying or shapes in the clouds, things like that. But it allows me to channel much quicker and much easier. So that's something that you guys will notice if you're paying attention in the videos. You'll see things like that. So that's what's going on. There's other times where I'll get pieces of music, or I'll just get certain little tidbits of information that come through. And that happens all the time. It's not just when I'm trying to read. It's not when I'm only doing tarot. It's not when I'm only doing mediumship. It's something that's just always on. And so there's times where I have to kind of like turn it down, almost like you're turning the volume down on something so it's less distracting for me. And then there's other times where I really can't, and the Spirit's trying to get my attention for something, and it's very, very loud. And so I tell people my brain is usually quite loud. There's usually a lot going on in there all of the time. And it's been that way for most of my life that I can remember, but it's gotten exponentially louder in the last about 4.5, 5 years. So that is what I'm here to do. It's time to start opening these gifts. It's time to start sharing this knowledge. And I hope that you guys will stick around and be a part of it. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful that you have this far. So I'm very excited to grow the community and for us to get to know each other and for us to share the knowledge, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn. We're here to share our experiences. We're here to connect. And I feel like by doing so, we're actually really growing our 5D community. And that's my goal going forward. You enjoy my humor? I'm glad, because I'm kind of a smartass. I'm a smartass with a filthy mouth. And so I have kind of a dark and twisted sense of humor most of the time. So I know that I'm not for everybody. I'm well aware of that. But I'm glad that if I make you laugh, that's a good thing in my mind. I definitely think it's good. We need more laughter, for sure. There's not enough of that to go around some days, you know. It's like we definitely could use, like, that's why I pull the Rebel deck on Fridays usually, is because it's like we're going towards the weekend. Let's fucking laugh. Maybe it's something silly that comes through. Maybe it's something that lightens the mood. Maybe you've had just a really long, hard week and you just really need that, like, belly laugh, you know, to just get it off your chest. Just do it, you know? So that's kind of my goal on Fridays, is just a little lighter. Usually it's a little shorter of a message, you know? But I like doing stuff like that. And you'll see next week in some of the messages, you actually catch me singing. I am behind the camera in a lot of those videos next week. I don't always like being in front of it. And you guys that have been with me a while know that. There's days where I'm not feeling it. I don't want to be in front of the screen. I feel like the cards are more important than me. So you will see that from time to time. I'm really trying to be on camera, but there's days where it's like, I don't wanna. It's too people-y out there, and I'm still very shy. I'm still really an introvert, and I don't like being the center of attention. So I'm working through that fear. What do they call it? Imposter syndrome. I've felt like I had that my whole life. Like, no one really wants to hear from me. Nobody cares if they see me. No, you know, no one gives two fucks about what this crazy old lady has to say. They don't care. And so I fight that every single time I hit record. Every single time. It's like, do I even put a message out there? Is anyone gonna care? Like the 2 people that watch my videos, you know, does anybody even notice? So I fight that every single day. And part of my calling is to be seen. And I hate it. Let's be real here. I hate it. That's not me at my core. It's not who I am. I am a wallflower. I am an introvert. I am shy. It's not anything that I ever would have thought that I would be doing at all for any reason. And so I've been pushed out of my comfort zone for the last 4.5 years, having to be seen, having to put these messages out. And there's times that I fight my spirit team. I'm like, nope, not today. We're not doing it. And they're like, yeah, no, you're going to, because you made a promise and you're going to follow through with it. They will poke and prod me until it's just like, fine, where's my tarot deck? Let's go. Sometimes it's a channeled message that they're like, it's gotta get out there. So whether you want to or not, get on there and put it out there, because somebody has to hear this. So I fight a battle inside myself on a regular basis just to put content up for you guys. So this next week, you won't see my face in many of the videos, but I will try and limit that. I will try and be seen for you guys, because I know you'd probably rather see a human instead of just, cards or whatever. I get that. But some of the channels that I watch that are tarot readers, like, they never show their face. It's literally just the cards. So it can be done. But I know you guys have commented and said, no, we really would like to see you. So I will try. There's going to be a lot of times where I'm in my PJs. There's going to be a lot of times where I don't bother to put makeup on or, do my hair, because, there is no hair right now. I am going to grow it back out, but I wanted all the color out of it. I wanted it to be as natural as possible, so I just decided, fuck it, we're going to shave it off and we're going to start over. So in the interim, it'll be this goofy shit. Sometimes I'll have a hat on because it's cold, not having much hair. Other times it's just like, is what it is. But, yeah, so that's what we're doing going forward. So I hope you guys will be part of it. Curious question about a little crush. Ew, let's see. Anything specific you want me to try and pull for that? Or just tarot? And yes, we are pulling free cards for you guys. So it's set to subscribers only. I'm going to try and keep the live streams to subscribers only, because you guys are the only ones that I really want to give stuff away to, because you're here supporting my content. So other people aren't going to have access to the chat and stuff. They have to subscribe within a minute, or if they're kicked out, they have no access. So that's what we're working with. Because we tried that, what was it, New Year's Eve or something? I did one and I didn't set it to subscribers only. Man, we had a lot of riffraff in here. It was ridiculous. It was like people just talking mad shit. So I don't want to deal with that. I don't want you guys to have to deal with that. I want my family, my community in here. I don't want all these other people that don't know us or, don't get the vibe. They can't read the room. I don't want to deal with that. So we're not going to. So, question about a little crush. Is there anything super specific? And I know there's a delay in the chat, so apologies for that. I wish it went a little bit quicker. Asking if Doug is interested. Let's see. Ooh, we got some flippers already. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, good little stack. Interesting. Okay. Wow. You're completing something, so that's interesting. Let's see what else we have here. All right, so you've got 2 10s back to back. You have the 10 of Pentacles and you have the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Pentacles is having the life that you've always dreamed of. This is an indication that you're coming into either some sort of abundance or, and I say or because this is about material things. This could be about building your legacy, building the life that you've always wanted. And I'm getting hiccupy energy trying to come to the surface, which is usually confirmation. You could be coming into a lump sum of money, like a lottery win, an inheritance, a settlement. It's usually seen as signing some sort of contract or agreement to get this money to come in. If it's not money, this is you building a family, a soul family, where you belong. And if you look at this card closely, there's small children, a dog, and a couple there. And it's they're just in this really happy, healthy energy. And so I feel that is what you're working towards, is having all those creature comforts or people in your life that really make things good. So you don't know anything about him. Did you meet this person online? Because I feel like that could also be something that's going on if you don't know anything about him. So you are leaving something behind, or he could be. It could be either way. So this is about leaving heavy burdens and toxic cycles and things behind and being able to go forward. So quite literally, somebody could be packing their bags and leaving something that's not serving their highest good, especially with the Ten of Pentacles. It could be money is the obstacle and the money's coming. So that helps to bring things forward. What's interesting is there is some sort of unexpected love offer coming in. So if you look down here in the bottom, I know it's a little fuzzy, there's a hand with a cup and it's being presented to her, but she's a little clueless. She doesn't see it coming. So this person could be reaching out to express feelings towards you. I feel like it won't be something that you expect. I feel like you're just kind of doing your own thing and it's like, oh, that was a little bit of a surprise, but a good surprise. The other thing that I see is that it's going to kind of pull you out of a comfort zone and that you're going to have to take a step in a new direction. So current energies that I see here is we have Earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, and water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There is also air sign energy here. So basically everybody, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I think that there's a little bit of confusion here before this offer comes in, or even after. There could need to be some clarity. I do feel like this person is kind of creative. There could be some sort of new beginning starting here with this offer being expressed. I also feel like this is an indication that this is a new beginning coming in. This person could be needing to follow through with like a passion project, could be you. And then there's also this need for boundaries because we don't want to get walked on. We don't want to self-sabotage, anything like that. So really kind of keep your wits about you. But I do feel like as long as you have boundaries and you stick to those, that everything will be fine. So I do think there's a new love offer coming in for you. I do think that you're a little bit confused at the moment of whether this person's interested or not. But I do think that this is going to lead to something that could be quite beneficial for you if you allow things to kind of flow and happen. He is my chiropractor. I was surprised by him in the attraction. Interesting. Okay, let's see if there's anything else going on. What else can you tell us about Doug? What else can you tell us? Ooh, okay. So there's some big changes that are going to happen quickly here. What else? Yeah. And somebody needs to walk away from anything that's not good, not healthy, getting out of survival mode and like living again. There's one that flew over here. Let's see. Yeah, and healing. So interesting that you say he's a chiropractor because that's what he does, right? He's helping people heal. Okay, healing from pain, healing from heartbreak, all those things. What else do we need to know about Doug? Yeah, that somebody could be feeling a lot of emotions there as well. I also feel like the moon tells us that something is hidden, okay? And that's about to be illuminated or revealed. So he may speak up and tell you, hey, I'm interested, how would you feel, about maybe going on a date? But there is an unexpected offer there. So rest while you can. I feel like things do start to change. You might be even having like some dreams about this person. What else? And judgment. Okay, a final decision is coming. Also part of like spiritual growth, ascension. I think we discussed one time about ascension symptoms. So you could have been feeling a little off, things changing. Let's see. And judgment would also be like karma, good karma. Changes coming in. So I feel like this person's going to bring some good change into your life. I do feel like it's something that's positive. Yep. Unexpected offers. When you look at the little corner up here, there's a little pig with wings. It means when pigs fly, that'll happen. Don't discount it. because we have the union card here. So this could actually lead to something. I do feel like teamwork makes the dream work here. So needing to like be on the same page as this person, but he could be a little bit younger than you. It doesn't have to be that way, but I do think that this person tends to go after what it is that they want as long as they get the green light. So if you give them a clear signal that you're interested, I do think things progress forward. I definitely do. Nasty dreams, yeah, that tends to happen. Especially if there's a lot of chemistry and attraction. You did have the Ace of Wands. So without being vulgar and ridiculous, it's like, you know, that sexual chemistry is definitely present there, and it could be on both sides. So there could be some happy, spicy time in your future. But it looks very promising. I do feel like this is going to change for the better for you. I do feel like it could actually go somewhere because the Two of Cups is there. So could lead to an actual lasting connection, not just like, you know, one night stands or anything. So make sure you have boundaries. Make sure you know who and what you're getting involved with. Take your time. But I do feel like there is some actual chemistry there, and it does lead to a connection should you want it to. So congrats in advance if that's what happens. All right. Anybody else that wants a couple of free cards? If you have something specific, great. And if not, that's okay too. So what are you guys' favorite readings that I post on the channel? Because I do a lot of different stuff. So not everybody's interested in love. Not everybody's interested in spirituality or shadow work. So I may start, and I haven't decided yet, I might start just doing sign-specific readings again, do them in groups, so you'll still have a time-stamped message for each sign, but only post like 4 of those a week instead of 12, because I feel like if I do 12 videos a week for each sign, it's just a lot, and not everything always gets views. So I think if I do that, I'm going to start doing it like you'll see this week. So we'll have a collective message for Monday. That's for everybody. And then throughout the week, we'll do like fire, water, air, and earth readings, but they'll be time stamped for each sign. So you will still have a sign specific reading every week. I don't know. That might work out better. It might not. We'll just kind of play it by ear and see. I was doing a bunch of shorts for you guys for a while in the beginning, but the problem with that is it's not really helping the channel grow. Like, people scroll through the little shorts category, but they don't engage with the videos, and then they don't really like stick around. They don't watch the longer readings. And I would prefer everybody watch everything, but I know like some people just don't have the attention for all that, so they don't watch it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to actually get my demographic of people who watch the videos, not just the shorts. Like, watch the shorts if you want to watch them, but the daily card is primarily going to be the only shorts that I post, is just the daily energy, and that's like 15 to a minute long. Those ones have the music, you know, the card, what it means, all that stuff. So those ones I'm going to keep. And then periodically I'm going to post love readings, singles, and then everybody else, twin flame, stuff like that. Because the Twin Flame Collective, there's a lot always going on with them, it seems like, too. So we have stuff going on in the twin flame journey that, you know, we need to discuss. Are you guys interested in the podcast if I discuss the twin flame connection? Because I am a twin flame. I would like to discuss that story if anybody's open to it. Kind of give you a rundown, a breakdown, you know, what my experience has been like this far. I don't know if I'm ready to out the identity of my twin flame or not. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, I do want to discuss the twin flame evolution as well, because I do feel like people could benefit from that as well. You know, we'll just play it by ear, but I feel like there's so many topics that I can think of that I would like to discuss on the podcast. And then again, if you guys have input, if there's things that you're interested in, hey, do you have any knowledge about this? Hey, do you want to discuss that? Shoot me an email, comment on a video. Emails would definitely be better because then I can keep track of them, whereas sometimes I feel like the comments get a little lost. So however it happens to come around. But we have a lot of different things going forward to discuss on the podcast. So Monday through Friday on the channel, you're still going to have your daily card, which will be in the shorts category, and then you're going to have a daily reading of some kind. So this week, since it's going to be our last week in January leading into February, I'm going to have your February monthlies in place of your regular like love stuff, shadow work, all that good stuff. Are you guys interested in the spiritual messages? Are you interested in shadow work? Or is that something that it's like, I don't really watch it. I don't really care. Because I want to know what you guys are interested in. If you're not interested, I won't post them all the time. Maybe like once a month for whoever wants to watch them. I have readings of my own that I've created, like the Your Side, Their Side, and the Truth readings. Those do definitely get some views, so I'm going to keep those periodically on there. I have a lot of different types of readings that I can post. So I try and change it up just because I get bored too. But I want to know, like, what are you guys interested in watching? What do you watch on other people's channels? Is it just your sun sign? Is it your moon sign? Is it all of it? What do you guys like? What are you interested in watching? Because I feel like, you know, you might be watching other people's channels of stuff too. Some are long readings. Are you interested in readings that are like 30 minutes a piece? Do you want them shorter, like up to 10 minutes? You know, those are all things that I want to know going forward because I want you guys to be able to engage with the videos. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless to do all the work, you know? So, just some things to think about going forward. I am going to start posting a little bit longer readings because you kind of have to on YouTube just to hit the algorithm for them to even populate for people. So that is something that will change. There might be times where I post just a quick little 1-minute reading of each of the zodiac signs, things like that. We'll just see what happens, but the goal going forward is to grow the channel. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel and you've, you know, come hung out with us, if you want to start engaging with things in a live, in the podcast, whatever, then please subscribe to the channel. It is free. Once the channel is monetized, there will be a membership available if you want to. It'll be real cheap, like probably $10 a month. And then you will have exclusive access to certain things, like maybe you get to see the podcast air before everybody else does. There will be like lives for just the members, maybe certain readings for just the members, things like that. There'll also be like super chats available at that point, so you guys can donate money to the channel if you want to. I use that money to buy new equipment, like, you know, I need to clean up my laptop, I need to replace some stuff on it, that's going to cost some money. So things like that, I always try and put the bulk of it back into maybe new tarot decks, maybe new equipment for the channel, maybe we finally get like a really good camera or microphones or whatever. I always try and put the bulk of it back into the channel. Just things like that. If you're interested in my books and you want to purchase a book or download it on your Kindle or whatever, that would be awesome. You know, I'm an independent author, so I had to do 100% of the work by myself. Advertising's all up to me, all that good stuff, so no one knows I exist. And sometimes I'm good with that, and other times it's like, you know, there's certain things I really wish would take off. And so I'm hoping that this year those things will change, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not in any hurry to be like in the limelight. I'm not in any hurry to get recognized out in public in my own little neighborhood. So I like my privacy. I'll keep it that way as long as humanly possible. But this is what I'm here to do. So we're going to share some knowledge. We're going to hopefully work through some obstacles and help each other heal. And I hope that you guys will stick around and be part of it. Have a wonderful weekend, my lovelies, and we'll see you back here on Monday.